Two more playoff spots locked up in the American Association last night. I'm Carter Woodiel. It's time for another edition of the Daily Whiparound, and we kick things off with one of the best performances we've seen from any hitter this year from Max Murphy of the Winnipeg Goldeyes in Fargo. Winnipeg and Fargo-Moorhead played two yesterday, and Game 1 was just a Max Murphy show. The Goldeyes right fielder hit 3 home runs, bringing his season total to 29. That ties with his teammate David Washington for the most in the league. The last one was a 3-run home run that was just absolutely launched. Look at this. It goes over the scoreboard. He had 7 RBIs on the night. The Goldeyes win Game 1 of the Twin Bill 14-7, and they clinch a playoff spot with that W. Game 2, a little bit better for the home side. This is John Silviano with a grand slam to put the Red Hawks up 8-0 in the second inning. Silviano's 20th home run of the year, and the Red Hawks would go on to get the doubleheader split, 9-3 the final score in Game 2. Kane County taking on Milwaukee in a big game in the playoff race. The Milkmen have the early lead. Keon Barnum with an RBI single here. That made it 2-0 after 3, but the Cougars piled on 5 runs in the fourth inning, including 2 on this RBI single from Ernie De La Trinidad. Nick Franklin and Mitch Nacum in to score, and Weston Muir, the true rookie starter for the Cougars, gets the win for his 7th straight start. 5 innings of 2-run baseball. Kane County clinches a playoff spot with a 6-2 win. Great pitching from the Lincoln Salt Dogs last night. Their ace of staff, Greg Minier, was brilliant. 7 shutout innings, striking out 9. He only needed 85 pitches to get through all that. Just an outstanding performance on the mound. And then Matt Cronin would take over for the last 2 innings. He's got a 1.91 ERA on the season. He got it done, and Lincoln tops Cleburne 3-0. Another dynamite outing from Jeff Kinley of the Chicago Dogs. He strikes out 11 over 6 innings of 1-run baseball. His record improves to 7-3. He's got a 2.93 ERA and 1.07 WHIP on the season. That is really good for the Dogs, and the offense did plenty to support Jeff Kinley in this game. Connor Kopak with his 12th home run of the season here. That's a 2-run shot out to left. The Dogs win it 6-2 in front of a sellout crowd in Rosemont last night. Sioux City won big at Lake Country last night. They had 5 homers. This is the first of 2 from Gabe Snyder. He's up to 16 long balls on the season for the X's, and then they would pour it on. Miguel Sierra going yard here. Chase Harris, that ball is gone, and Jack Kelly would deliver a round tripper as well. They had a 10-0 lead in this game, and they won it 13-9 from Wisconsin Brewing Company Park. And Sioux Falls taking on Kansas City. Look at the defensive plays from the Canaries here. First off, Neil Lang on the bunt attempt, diving off of the pitcher's mound and making the throw from his knees. Well done. And man, I love plays like this. Angelo Altavilla over at third. From foul territory, makes the throw for the out, and he would get it done at the plate as well. This is a game-tying RBI single when they were down to their final out in the bottom of the 9th. Ties things up at 1 and sends it to extra innings, but in the 10th, Kansas City would get it done. A wild pitch allows Ryan Grochon to come in to score. That made it 3-1 Monarchs, and they would win the game by that score. So here's how everything looked in the American Association last night with 7 games in action, and again, those playoff spots, 2 of them getting locked up in last night's action in the AAPB. Out east, the Kane County Cougars are going to the postseason. They're still 3 games behind Chicago, and they got a big game coming up with Milwaukee tonight. Cleburne 4 games clear of Gary South Shore for the last playoff spot in the east. Time running out for the Railcats to close that gap. Out west, the Goldeyes are officially into the postseason. They look destined to be the 3rd best team by record, though the playoffs, of course, the number 1 seed is picking their opponent in the first round, and Fargo-Moorhead and Kansas City finished the season with a 4-game slate against one another. As for today's action in the American Association, again, that Kane County-Milwaukee game is a big one. 1 p.m. first pitch for that one, and we'll see Gary South Shore desperate for a win, taking on their rivals from Chicago at 3 p.m. And all those games and every playoff game as well are at aabaseball.tv. I'm Carter Woodiel for the American Association, where we play to win.